All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Yeah, I had it all set up and I thought for sure I had the camera pointing the right way. Of course not. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So before we hop into anything, yeah, that's a good idea to be like, I will do that next time. So next time I will post a link in the Discord and we will figure out a way to have someone join me and be my co-host for the evening. That's a great idea. All right. So, doing things a little different today. I'm using my phone to stream instead of a webcam or anything like that because I think really my phone actually is a much better camera than anything else. So we're gonna try that out, see how it goes. Doing a little bit of a late night paint sesh today. It's gonna be brief. I'm trying to get a color scheme for this Sister of Battle here. Adeptus Sororitas. I'm trying to get something nailed down here so that I'm happy with. The idea is, of course, that's a custom color scheme. And I was trying to go, originally I was thinking about a cathedral with a copper dome. And copper domes, just like all copper structures, rust and turn green. And so I was thinking a combination of browns and greens and then some kind of creamy whitey colors for like marble would be cool. So that's kind of what I'm going for here and trying to feel my way through this paint scheme. I don't know. I start off with using my airbrush with some brown ink and then like do kind of like a zenithal thing with some lighter browns, and I don't know if that's really the way to go or not, but we're trying it out at least for this first model here. So okay, cool. So that's what I'm working on. I got these. I got to paint their bases. So depending on how long we do this, if I get this to a point where I feel like I have an idea of what's happening, then we'll go and we'll paint some bases. But I don't think we're gonna go that long. I wanted to do this stream for a couple of reasons. One, it's been a while, right? We've mostly been talking about the Kickstarter lately, and that has just a little bit under a week left. It's just under a week left from Heresy Lab, and I'm excited to see that thing wrap up. I think there's a few more models in the pipeline that will be coming out for that. There are some mounts, some riders that I think look really cool. Kind of a Velociraptor type feel to them, and I think those are by far my favorite model or favorite models that are part of that release. So yeah, excited to see that wrap up, and then I will be well, before we get into that, yeah, so if you are curious about that, check out one of my other videos on the Kickstarter. There's actually, if you have a 3D printer, there's an STL package that's like 40 euros. It's 40 euros. I think it like that rounds up to like $50 US or something. Either way, it's like a steal because you get like, I can't remember how many. It's like at least 30 models now, 30 different STLs, and you get all those for the price of like what essentially is like 3 of those riders. So you could, you know, if you're looking to get a good number of them and you have a printer, that's definitely the way to go. But there are resin models there too. Resin models that you can pick up as part of it too. So if you don't have, it's not just for 3D printer folk. I'm delaying. I don't really know what I want to. Like, these face masks are hard. they're not hard, but they're like you can't. It's hard to get them just right. Like, I feel like every time I go and touch it, it does something wrong. Okay. The wasp, yeah, the wasp. I'm glad how those turned out as well. There's a fifth one coming for that. So that could be enough for a whole squad if you wanted. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. I think I need to work. Right. One thing, I need a different brush. But are any of these brushes brush enough for the job? I don't think so. We might have to rip open a new value pack of brushes from Hobby Lobby. I wonder, you know, if my painting would actually be any better if I use good, like, quality brushes. I don't take care of my brushes enough, I think, to actually make it worth the investment in any type of high quality brush, because I would just send it to hell right away. But yeah, okay, so let's work. Let's maybe get. Do I want to? I think maybe metallics first and then highlighting. We do that. Yeah. So, yeah, what are we gonna do here? Yeah, we'll do this. See how this goes. Yeah. I have not bought a gold paint in well over a decade. And did I even mix that enough? That doesn't look right. That looks very thin. All right. Let's see what we can do here, though. Oh god, that looks terrible. We're gonna let that sit, I guess, for a little bit. Yeah. Right, so, just to finish up what I was saying about the Kickstarter there, that's going to be done soon. So if you wanted to get in on that, now is the time. But really, one of the exciting parts about that is that after the Kickstarter is completed, folks on my Patreon going to have access to a custom model So we'll have a model that's just for us, people, which I think will be pretty cool. I'm excited about that. I really am. Really am looking forward to having that kind of signature piece. I think when that actually, comes to fruition, I'm going to have to switch up how the Patreon perks work a little bit. Kind of give it the once over. I built the Patreon kind of, naively, right? Like I didn't know what the perks should be. I didn't know what the levels should be. I think it's been going long enough now that I have a better sense of what those perks should be and at what levels. And so I think we'll transition away from the current setup and towards one that's a little bit more sustainable in the long run. What do you know, Zach? Yeah. Okay. Make this little skull guy back here gold too. Didn't thin my paint, so that's gonna totally obscure any detail. And yeah, I think gold is better for this, for these fringe elements, but I don't want to use this nice brush on those. That's going to mess that up real fast. Why is the brush bent? It came like that. It seemed like it was like, it seems like, I don't know, like it was more ergonomic. I don't know. The important part that it was that it was like a really nice point that, again, I've severely neglected, but okay. So one thing where I like painting these ladies, it really highlights how dated the Tau infantry are. I mean, Tau are by design a little bit more utilitarian. They don't have as many, accent pieces, but still. Like the heraldry and everything really take up really gives a lot of opportunity for embellishment. Okay, I think maybe something like this. Yeah, I can dig that. I can dig it. All right. So maybe something like that, and then we got to start looking here at doing some highlighting on these robes here. And I don't know if this seems like that chain probably shouldn't be gold. Probably should just be black. When was the firework released? The original, so like strike teams were released in 2001, I think. when Tower released. Breachers were released much more recently, but they they were designed to be a dual kit with strike teams, and so have much of the same aesthetic and very little embellishment beyond that, which I think is actually kind of interesting in the way that the Games Workshop had an opportunity to provide a more detailed kit and decided not to. Right? They're like, no, this is what a Fire Warrior looks like, so we're not going to give more detail than that. That's fine. It's potentially even good. Yeah. So let's start working on these robes. I gotta say, I'm the most excited about these robes. I think those are gonna be fun to paint. Got some green contrast paint. I'm gonna try that as an ink instead of. I'm gonna try this as my wash instead of an actual ink, just to see how that worked out. I know Gil, the Blood Angels and now Necron guy, had some really nice results using contrast as kind of like a more of a wash. So we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna test it out. Right, Source. My brother used to play Lizardmen back in the day. That was his first army. He played Lizardmen. I played Wood Elves, and I loved those. I loved those Lizardmen models. They were so cool. Right. They are showing their age, yes. This paintbrush is pretty much done. Alright. So this would probably be like a really good opportunity for wet blending. But obviously this model is very well past being wet. So Right, so the other reason why I want to, I asked you all to, oh no, oh, that terrible feeling when you realize that a paint pot is like not shut all the way. Oh god, it got all crusty. The interior is still fine, but yeah. Anyway, so the real reason I asked you all to join me tonight. Do I have tweezers or something? What? I do. I think most people have tweezers somewhere. Or at least have access. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Yeah, anyway. So let's finally get to the point, huh? So the past couple weeks have been real busy in terms of work and everything, but also got some family stuff going on in a way that I'm going to be less. Well, I'm going to be, equally available, at least for the next few weeks here, if not next couple months. But then things should start transitioning back, hopefully. So. Oh yeah, no, I yeah, I am a father. I have been for years, so that's nothing new. Um, right. Nothing, yeah, nothing new there. Best thing I ever did. But yes, sir, I will be a father again, very soon here. So um, that will be um, where my priorities lie for the next. Well, my priority will always be there, but my ability to take on other priorities will be diminished for at least a little bit here. Hmm. This is definitely way too green. Gonna have to darken this puppy down a bit. The most entertaining enemy faction to play against. Ultramarines, definitely. No. What are the most fun games that I have? That's a great question. I do generally think Marines are fun to play against because Tau have a lot of choices that actually can work fairly well. I feel like it's a lot of back and forth with Marines, but you know, I don't know. I think I'd have to think about it. I'd have to think about it. Which is the most fun to play against? So our family time 40K is running around with models and making noises. But yes, we do. I have exposed my offspring to 40K. Oh, we should probably thin this down a little bit. Part of the problem. Part of the problem is paint is not thin. All right. Um, Bagel Shark? And I saw the bagel shark thing up higher in the chat. I don't know what. Oh, I didn't follow though. What are you talking about with bagel sharks? I need explanation. Come on, old man. Everybody knows about the bagel shark. You're out of touch. Give it up. The world's left you behind. Feels like that sometimes. All right. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be getting any 40K stuff for Christmas. I don't think that's in the cards. All right, so like this green, this doesn't look. Yeah, I mean, once I thinned it out, it's sitting a lot better on there. I don't know if I've used this the Warpstone Glow before, but that works as a much happier medium between Caliban Green and Moot Green, so I'm happy with that choice. Dang it. Okay, hold on. I like didn't do anything with the inside of this cloak. Total scrub move. Oh, and I didn't thin my paint. I don't know what, like, has anybody actually really followed Duncan's painting academy? Like he's put out some stuff I know, and I've watched it, but just gotta say I was kind of expecting more. What? um, yeah, I'm kind of confused on his. He must be doing something else as his primary income. I would think. I don't really follow like the business model for what's going on with Duncan's painting account. Like, I guess when he first announced it, I assumed that it was going to be like a every week type thing at least. I can't paint and read the chat at the same time. Maybe we'll put this on there. Oh, maybe moot green might be too light, I think. This might be as bright as we want to go. Maybe for like the really well, actually, you know, we also have to see how the okay. We're going to be a little overzealous in our highlighting here, just because I don't know how the contour is going to go over it. I think it's probably going to be a bit stronger than I anticipate, and so if we highlight up a little bit too high, then here. Then it'll bring it down and we will be exactly where we want to be. Okay, yeah. Actually looks pretty good, I think. Wait, what? The link in the description doesn't work? Yeah, I mean, there's not a ton of people in there in the Discord, but I feel like it's always going. You know, it's not like there's not that much of a not much downtime. I'll take a little bit of this here. All right. All right. So should we see how it? Should we test this contrast idea? Sorry, I always do this. I always like grab the thing and then I told you guys this is an ASMR channel now. Probably would get more ad revenue that way. Honestly. All right. I was gonna breathe in the mic there for you. I'm not gonna. I have too much self-respect, I think. All right, let's try this on. I guess there's only one way to do this, right? And that's to not hold back. Ooh, see, like that ended up way too really dark though. That looks really dark. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to actually try. Maybe just using it on kind of like the darker parts. See, but I think that's gonna make the. No, we're gonna go for it. Like I said, there's only one way to do this, and that's to not hold back. Give in to the contrast. Let the contrast guide you. The thing about contrast, you know, they say you're supposed to just glob it on there, but you're really not, right? Like, you gotta sop it up a little bit. And like on flat surfaces, you gotta pull it away. See, I think this is gonna look too dark. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Maybe I just need to go with this the whole way. Like not even do my layering. And just go with this to begin with. Okay. See, like, I have mixed feelings on this. To be honest, I have pretty mixed feelings on that, how it looks. Actually, I think they're decidedly negative feelings. I think they're decidedly negative. That doesn't really look... That looks to me like I just got rid of all the work I just did. I do like how rich that color is, though. Warp lightning, yeah. Let's try something here. Is this even primed? No. This still hasn't been primed. Why haven't I primed this? Okay, we're gonna try. We're just gonna throw that on the resin. I think. Unless I have something else. I have some Space Marines I could, but those are supposed to be yellow, so I don't want to mess with that. Okay, this was a mistake. That's not doing anything. I don't think that needs to be primed for sure. Okay. I don't know, man. Well, maybe that's a tutorial on what not to do. It does smooth things out quite nicely, though, right? Like, maybe we gotta water that contrast down. Maybe that's the deal. I have green. Let's see, I think the camel shade would have been too brown though, right? Like, that would have been too brown for that. Try some flesh shade on here. I don't know. I don't know, folks. I know it's too quiet. Well, part of that's because I am tired. I am tired. That was the nice thing about having Gil on last time, was that we had a constant back and forth, and it's a lot easier to just, you know, have someone to talk to. Not, I mean, I can talk at you guys, but I can talk with a co-host, which I think that was an awesome idea. That we should pull someone in from Discord next time. I guess I'm not totally unhappy with this. It definitely needs some highlighting in the brown here, though. Like the airbrush is not. The airbrush is largely insufficient. So let's do that here. Let's see if we make something happen. Yeah, I've heard of Among Us. It looks like it'd be fun. Wait, is this? No, that's not a new bottle. Hope not. Yeah, that would be fun. That'd be fun. Kind of a fun thing to do as like a Discord or something. What? Oh. Space Magnet, I read your comment out of context. I know that there is a desire for a Discord pizza night. Oh god, that looks terrible. What have I done? It's too strong of a highlight. Too strong. I know, we're getting... This isn't exactly primetime television here. I should go to bed. Because sleep will be at a premium very soon. That looks exactly the same as the... That looks better. I always wonder if I should like dry brush the brown before I do any of the green or anything. I'm going to try that on the next one. I think I'm generally happy with how this looks. Certainly not perfect, like even by my standards, but I think it's good enough. Okay. Okay. Alright, I think I'm gonna go. Oh, awesome. I'm sorry to hear about that. That's always tough. I look like a cat person. No, I mean I do have a cat, but it's my wife's cat. But I've had dogs, I've had cats, I've had hamsters, I've had fish, I've had. I think that's it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go. Thanks everybody for sitting around with me. Yeah, like I said, excited for how this week is gonna go, and hopefully I will, be uploading something at some point. Maybe we'll do some more of these live streams. Maybe with a co-host or two to keep things a little bit more energetic. But yeah, so I will. I'll see you later. Happy wargaming.